The low hum of Flight 912 drifted like a lullaby through the cabin, blending with the scent of warm pastries and expensive perfume. Business class glimmered with soft amber lights, polished surfaces, and the quiet confidence of people used to privilege. Sleek laptops clicked, expensive watches flashed, and conversations about mergers and markets floated in the air. In seat 4A, however, sat someone who didn't fit the glossy picture. A man in a faded bomber jacket held a little girl curled against his chest. Her cheeks were blotchy from crying, her tiny hands gripping a worn teddy bear. The man stroked her hair gently, whispering something only she could hear. Passengers glanced, then looked away. Beside them sat Eleanor Voss, the formidable CEO of a top-tier consulting firm. Immaculate navy dress, sharp jawline, perfectly styled hair. Her expression screamed annoyance. She cleared her throat loudly as the little girl sniffed again. "Business class has standards," she muttered under her breath, yet loud enough for the man to hear. He didn't look at her. His name was Aaron Cole, 36, former Air Force fighter pilot, now a struggling mechanic from a tiny coastal town. Every dollar he had went into the plane ticket. But he had no choice. His daughter, Maya, needed urgent heart treatment in Boston, the only hospital willing to take her case quickly. People didn't see the weight he carried. They only saw worn boots and a cheap jacket. Eleanor rolled her eyes dramatically as Maya whimpered. "Some people just don't belong up here," she said. Still, Aaron stayed silent. He had learned long ago that silence was easier than conflict. For a while, the plane flew peacefully, clouds glowing outside, attendants serving meals with robotic calmness. Then, a violent jolt rocked the aircraft. Glasses shattered. Phones slipped from hands. Gasps rippled through the cabin. The lights flickered. An alarm beeped somewhere deep in the cockpit. Passengers straightened in panic. A tense voice emerged over the speakers. "Ladies and gentlemen, we are experiencing a critical hydraulic system malfunction. Please remain seated and stay calm." Calm? Impossible. A mask dropped from above someone's head. A baby cried. Someone screamed. Eleanor clutched her armrest, her confidence crumbling. Fear crept into every face around her. Moments later, the captain himself rushed out of the cockpit, his eyes frantic, scanning the cabin. "Anyone with aviation experience, military or commercial, please identify yourselves. We need assistance in the cockpit immediately." Silence. Dead, echoing silence. Then his gaze landed on Aaron. "You, sir, are you Aaron Cole? You're listed with military flight experience." Eleanor's head snapped toward Aaron like a whip. Him? The man she had mocked? Aaron stood slowly. "Former F-15 pilot. What's happening?" The captain swallowed hard. "We've lost main hydraulics. One engine is overheating. Manual control is extremely limited. I can't stabilize her alone." Aaron kissed Maya's forehead, handing her gently to a flight attendant. "Stay with her. I'll be right back." As he stepped into the aisle, he looked briefly at Eleanor. Her eyes were wide with guilt, fear, and disbelief. He didn't say anything. He didn't need to. Inside the cockpit, chaos reigned. Warning lights flashed like angry red stars. Alarms buzzed. The control stick resisted every touch. Aaron slid into the co-pilot seat with a calm that only years of training could forge. "Tell me what still works." Partial flaps. Backup electrical. The tails barely responding. The captain said, voice shaking. Aaron scanned the panel. His jaw tightened. "If that right engine fails, we're in a downward spiral." "Can we keep her steady?" the captain asked. "We'll have to." He took hold of the controls. The plane bucked like a wounded animal. Clouds darkened ahead, turbulent, angry skies. Back in the cabin, every passenger sat frozen in dread. Eleanor's earlier arrogance vanished. Her hands trembled in her lap. She kept looking toward the cockpit door. "The man I insulted is the one trying to save us." Minutes dragged like hours. Inside the cockpit, Aaron fought the controls with every fiber of strength. His shoulders burned. His arms shook. Sweat dripped down his forehead. "Runway is in range," the captain finally said. "We're cleared for an emergency landing." They were approaching a military strip, the closest safe landing zone. Smoke curled from the right engine. The plane sank lower, Too fast, too unstable. Brace yourselves, Aaron muttered. This will be rough. The landing gear hit the ground with a violent crash. A loud metallic scream tore through the aircraft as sparks shot from underneath. Overhead bins popped open. Bags fell. Someone cried out. Aaron wrestled the controls to keep the nose straight. The aircraft swerved dangerously, then leveled, then slowed, then stopped. Silence. Pure, deafening silence. Then the cabin erupted in cries of relief. The captain let out a shuddering exhale. You saved more than 200 lives today. Aaron just nodded, breathing heavily. Let's get everyone out. When they finally evacuated, Maya ran into his arms, sobbing. He held her close, whispering, I'm right here, sweetheart. A few feet away stood Eleanor, her pride stripped away, replaced by raw humility. Her voice trembled as she approached. Mr. Cole, I misjudged you. I treated you unfairly. And today, you saved all of us. I'm so sorry. Aaron offered a small, tired smile. We're all fighting something. Just try to give people a chance. Her eyes welled. If you ever need anything, ever, please reach out. I owe you my life. Weeks later, news reports exploded across every channel. Single father and former pilot saves flight after hydraulic failure. But Aaron didn't care about fame. Maya's successful surgery meant more than any headline. One evening, as they sat near a hospital window watching the sunset, Maya squeezed his hand. Daddy, will you fly again someday? He kissed the top of her head. Maybe, but right now, my favorite place in the world is right here with you. And for the first time in a long time, Aaron felt his heart soaring higher than any jet he had ever flown. Thank you for watching Classic Stories. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories that remind us how powerful compassion truly is.